platforms to support small businesses and amplify the voices of African entrepreneurs, professional leaders, and creators. And the beautiful part of this story is Choma is under 30, and that was why I had invited her here to speak to you on online platforms for education and opportunities, so that as young people that you are between the ages of 15 to 20, you can better understand platforms you can harness for opportunities to set yourself for a great future and to build great profile like the one we just read about Mrs. Choma. So over to you, Mrs. Choma. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm really excited actually to be here because I actually love it when I have the opportunity to speak with young people, especially people within the ages of 18 though, but then I'm hearing on this call I have people within the ages of 15. So yeah, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you so much, Lucy, for giving me an opportunity to speak. We'll dive right into our session today. We're talking about opportunities for education, right? But then I would like to share my slides, so I would need like a minute for that. Yeah, I'd like to confirm. Can you see my slide? Okay, all right. So, hi everyone. Today I will be speaking on online platforms for education and opportunities. But for some reason, I wouldn't just stop at this. I would dive into various other aspects of this session where we can speak of on a whole lot of things, right? So for the sake of this class, we'll be exploring how you can leverage the platforms to enhance your education and career prospects. Because in as much as a lot of people want to learn, go to school, further their education, some people also, once they are done, they also need some people build their career while they're still in school. I say this because I know a lot of people that are in the tech space, so they want to build their careers while they're still in school, right? So diving into the first topic or the first heading of my slide, which is the power of the online platforms, right? We would say we have several online platforms, the whole lot of them. The ones they want to use for learning, the ones you're using to get jobs, a whole lot. And the reason why they are now online, unlike when some of us in the millennial generation were growing up, we would get opportunities from newspapers. So on our way to school, we get to know what's happening in that month or in that year through newspapers or via flyers that are dropped by the side of our walls. Or then some of us also have to go for lessons, or we need to, after school, we need to go for lessons, or during the weekend, we go for lessons physically. But now online platforms have, the internet has helped all these things to evolve. Now you can either learn online or you can access opportunities online. So I can just pick up my phone and I can type right now, opportunities available for me, and I would see these opportunities, right? So that is the same way it is. That is the same way it is for how opportunities are. And then they are very convenient, they're very flexible, and they're very cost effective, right? Learning online these days, now you can either learn fully funded, you can either learn partially funded, you can even pay your fees. Some I know some platforms that say you pay your fees when you've gotten your first jobs, and they're making education and career development very easy and seamless for everyone, unlike before when you see it on the newspaper, you now have to go to the place to get the form, and then when you're done getting the form, you now have to now go to a general interview that you go there and you see like 500 people and you even give up before you even speak, right? Now that's what these platforms are doing for us. And when you harness the power of using these platforms, you can tap into a lot of opportunities, right? When Lucy was reading my profile, there were some times when I tell people, I might be in Nigeria right now, but then I know I have been to the US. I might be in Nigeria right now, I know I have been to Germany. Why? Because I've had opportunities that has made me get trained, and maybe my product has been spoken about on stages that are not in Nigeria. Right. So that is what this opportunity, that's what these platforms help you get. They help you get those access. Right. And then now, how do you now discover? So we're going to focus on learning first. How do you now discover the top online learning platforms? I'm going to speak about the one we already know, and I'm mixing it with a local brand, which is mine, Sook, right? So now, Coursera, we already know Coursera. I know everyone talk about Coursera, Udemy. They offer courses from top universities worldwide, ranging several topics, where some of them you have to pay. And then if you want to go for the ones you're not going to pay for, it's kind of dicey, right? You might not be able to get certificates, or you might not even be able to get the kind of course you're looking for. But now here is Udemy, same thing. It's like a library of courses taught by individual experts. Sometimes you get free certifications. And then we also have Khan Academy, offers free and high quality educational content, various topics in math, science, history. That's for people that are still in secondary school, right? Or that just left secondary school and are preparing for the exams. Now here comes Sook. So Sook offers vocational courses, right, with the option of to earn a verified certificate. Now, like I said, learning or education is evolving, and these days a lot of people are learning things that are out of the blues. People now go to school, people finish secondary school and go to a tech school where they can learn software engineering, and then they spend 12 months learning software engineering, and then by the time they are done doing apprenticeship for another 1 year, their friends are in school. I'm not saying it's not good to go to university, right? But then by the time that when they've done a year of learning, maybe let's say they use the platform like ALX, right, and they learn software engineering or whatever in, tech skill they want to learn for a year, they do their apprenticeship or they do their internship for like 6 months, or they do it for like another 1 year. Now their friends are in 200 level, right, learning maybe let's say history or botanical science, right? These are courses that at the end of the day you still need to come back again to come and spend. Now they get an entry role job in the third year, and then by the fourth year that they were supposed to have been in the university, you've become like, maybe you've gotten to mid-level, or you are about to get into mid-level within a year. But someone that got into the university has done 4 years. Now the person needs to do NYSC. Sometimes your NYSC, you need to have spent another 1 month at 1 year at home before you now finally do it for another 1 year. And then by the time you're done, you now start looking for entry rules. So that means you spent 6 years. But then by the time that person is done with that formally, you that decided to go to like learn from any of these platforms or to get verifiable certificate that either earn the skill in a vocational skill, or you've learned a skill in a tech skill, and you're no longer in the level of entry anymore. You are now in the level of mid-level. And the good thing is that most of these courses, most of these platforms, their fees are kind of affordable. And then there are some of them, you're so lucky you learn these things for free, right? So that is what, when you discover these are some of the platforms that when you discover them, they show you the power of utilizing online platforms, right? Now, I'm going to go now. So some of you here are still in secondary school or are done. So we're going to explore opportunities beyond the classroom, right? Now, there are a lot of platforms that we have for scholarships. If you go to opportunitydex.com or Opportunities for Africans or Scholarship for Africans, they help you to find and apply for scholarships to fund your education. Right now, I know Mastercard Foundation has opened a lot of opportunities where you could either study in South Africa, you can either study in Edinburgh in the UK, you could study in Kenya, you could study, I don't know about Nigeria, but then you could study in other countries. So it could even help you to now build your course or your network so you could lead. So when you go to these platforms, you can easily search. We're going to get to the part how you can like easily search for the right one that suits you, right? So now you get to these platforms and you see scholarships. You could even check their social media, or you could even search. You could use hashtags to search. So let's say you're the person that says, I'm done with secondary school, getting into the university. If I calculate, I don't think I can afford it right now. Or this is what I want to study, I'm not getting it. So instead of staying at home or not doing anything, I can learn a skill, maybe in hairdressing, tailoring, auto mechanic, whatever, right? You learn all these things. So all these opportunities are there. Then you now get the skill that you could use to make money to now be able to fund yourself hassle-free while you're in school. You could also get opportunities of an internship. So let's say you've gotten into university and then you're those kind of people that you want to start building your experience, your career experience while you're still in school, and you know you can handle it, maybe because of your academic sheet is good, right? Or your academic sleep is good. Sorry, I wanted to use, I mean sheet of paper, right? So it's clean, right? And then you say, I can handle both internship during the holidays. While we were growing up, I went to a secondary school in the East. It's called Lighthouse. So when we closed for the long-term break, which was in June, June, July, we don't do anything during that July, August till the mid of September. So some of my friends even opened school in October. So we're not doing anything. So what we did was, I think in our JS2, we said, you know what? Why don't we start reaching out to our uncles and aunties? They can give us like things we could do. So we started looking for ways. So our business acumen. So when you study some people within our generation, you notice that a lot of them function well in running businesses. Why? Because they started doing certain things around businesses while they were even still in secondary school. So we start getting roles like even helping our grandmas or our parents go to the shop, to open the shop, sell. So those little mathematics calculations we're helping, right? So that's what it is like for internships, right? So we was doing internships and we're getting little money that made us look like ballers when we come back in a new session. Right, so that's it. So you could go to African Bio Hub, School of Designs, Java Man, Learn Flourish. There are a whole lot of them that you could go and learn how you could get internship opportunities on their platforms, right? Then there can be, so for you to be able to explore opportunities beyond the classroom, maybe let's look at opportunities like job listings, right? You could discover job listings on LinkedIn. Now, the reason why I use LinkedIn and Java Man is because they're very popular. And they're like the easiest places where you can build your portfolio. I'm going to use LinkedIn more. I'm going to explain more on LinkedIn. So for professionalism, LinkedIn has helped people to become better with their writing. So while I was in school, I was not a big fan of LinkedIn. I was more of a fan of Instagram. Posting content. I loved editing. So I was a content creator. So I love editing and all those things. So I was posting educative content, right? Educational content, right? And it was gathering my followers. So I had over 20,000 followers by the time I was done with school. Right now, but for LinkedIn, I have lesser followers there, but I've started building my writing acumen. And I know that, so if people are looking for article contributors, not article contributors that you're just contributing for anyhow magazines, maybe article contributors for reports by UN or reports by UNICEF or USAID, UNDP. These are mega organizations, right? Now, LinkedIn has started helping me. I'm building a newsletter. I started my newsletter some few months back, and I already have 600 and something subscribers. Now, the amazing thing about LinkedIn is that it has started helping me now prepare for those jobs, because now I know I write. And when people are looking for someone that writes well, I have digital footprint. People can say, oh, we know her. She has Yours Truly Chito newsletter, and that newsletter is superb. She writes so well. We've seen how she writes. it has started building a job for me. Though that I'm a founder, CEO, it doesn't matter. I could still get earning dollars for just contributing. LinkedIn can help you. You can start doing events online. You start building some arguments. People start paying you for the service you're actually rendering. You could be a content writer, you could be anything, a proofreader. But LinkedIn helps you to achieve that because you are talking, you are showing yourself, you're pressing yourself professionally. And one day it comes. I know Lucy had experiences like that where things she just wrote are the things that open certain doors for her, right? Same thing with Jobberman. Jobberman is more like, okay, let me just keep putting my CVs there. But now there are a lot of startups which I didn't mention here, but I'm going to talk about that are already helping us bridge those gaps of just I'm just putting my CV. Learn Flourish helps you from the university days down to when you get a job after school. Even when you get a job while you're in school, Learn Flourish is amazing. It does that, right? And then it can help you connect to potential employers. Now, there are a lot of entrepreneurial programs now that are up for those that are already entrepreneurs in this room. So we have platforms like grooming. So grooming has something they call Get Compass, Grooming Endowment Trust Compass. Get Compass is for people that their businesses are extremely early stage to below 3 years. Now they help these businesses to, write. They teach you some business documents, right? And they help you. So beyond the classroom, if you have a business that you're running, these platforms can help you now develop it and then finally fund it for you to now make it work. We have Tunelumelu, we have Goshen Impact Fund. The reason why I mentioned these programs are because they come in with a lot of trainings. So they come in with trainings, and it's not just pitch, do one minute. No, these ones don't do 1 minute videos. These ones they tell you to write. So it's what you write that now qualifies you to either get into that job or not. Now, this was the part I was telling you about what you can need to write. So we're going to talk about mastering the art of searching. Now, when you want to search for opportunities, you need to understand that. So now, Google has made it very easy. And Google hears, I think that's what it's called. But then I call it Google Spark. So Google has made it easy that the kind of things you search on your social media, the kind of things you like on your social media, and the kind of things you post, right? Or the kind of things you talk when your Google is on or when your mobiles or your social medias are on, it reforms your platform to start seeing only those kind of things. So for example, I'm someone that loves looking for opportunities for other entrepreneurs, and I'm always searching for other opportunities. So these days I don't stress myself to search anymore. I know that once I open my phone, by the time I scroll 10 scrolls, I'm going to see an opportunity that is open because I'm following those people. I search them, I talk about them, so it just appears to me. Sometimes people tell me, how did you see this project even before it was posted? A project opened today. Yeah, sorry, today's Wednesday. The project opened yesterday, and then I saw it yesterday. In fact, I even saw it before certain opportunity pages or sites started posting it. I had already seen it, and I'd already bookmarked it, and I'd already posted it somewhere. So now that's the same way it is with searching. So you begin to start searching intentionally. You now use specific keywords. So when you're looking for opportunities, you know that scholarships, when you use the word scholarship, when you use the word application, when you use the word internship, jobs, those are the kind of things. You filtered it down and then you now apply filters. So when you go for some opportunities, some opportunity pages, I know Opportunity Dex does that. So when you go to some opportunity pages and you're looking for an opportunity in Nigeria, you see a lot of opportunities there, but then you can filter it. Okay, Nigeria closing in 2024 or closing in June 2024, looking for young people between the ages of 18 and 30. You filter it down. So it gives you that age range, it gives you location bound, it gives you what you're looking for, sector, it gives you all those things, and then you now put it there. And then now, this is the most important part. When you are searching, you cannot keep quiet. You need to understand the power of networking. In this room, I think I want to cancel back and come back to where I am. So in this room, in this room, how are you collaborating How are you collaborating with each other in this room? Do you speak about what is happening? How do you tell yourself what's happening? How do you want to work with everyone in this room? So it is very important, because when I was done with school, some opportunities I got immediately after I left school were opportunities from friends that I had networked with in NYSC. So I did NYSC, spoke to a couple of people. This is what I do. I do this, I do that. Because then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So it's way back as 2017, 2018. So I wanted to do, I told them, see anything at all, bring it to me. I'm an everything, jack of all trades, bring it. So people started calling me for a lot of things. I said, people are looking for medical doctors. They will reach out to me. And then I knew I was a connector. So it helped me to understand that, see, come on, there's an idea here. Instead of you stressing yourself and doing everything and then trying to just make one or two change, why don't you start a startup that connects people to things? And that was how I started Sook. I connect you to funders. Come to me, I pay you, pay me. I want to train young people. I train young people from that don't have access to pay their fees to training opportunities, and also connect them with jobs. I knew that was where my strength was, and I liked it, right? But then I didn't start getting these ideas because I kept quiet. I got these ideas because I networked. I come into a room like this, I'm looking at, okay, who is Fetra Williams? I'll go on LinkedIn, I'll check out what he's doing. Who is Temitope Babalola? I want to know, what is he doing? Who is Adebayo Lawal? I want to know. Who is this? Who is Adebayo David? I want to know. I want to know what these people are doing, and I want to know more about them. I try to go to rooms where these people are. So if you're doing well, so let me give you an example of what happened to me yesterday. So I met this girl in my school. Someone in my school I graduated from. She just had her Thanksgiving. And I went, so they posted her on our alumni group. And I was like, oh, let me just go and check out her Instagram page. And I checked out her Instagram page. And I found out that she's a marvelous speaker. She speaks so well. And I was like, wow, how do I want to, leverage this girl? And she has a lot of connections of speaking engagements, because I see her do a lot of calls for speaking. And I noticed that she did something with TEDx. And I was like, wow, and I want to do something with TEDx. So I followed her. I liked her page. I didn't go immediately to, like bombard her DM, but I'm looking for strategies. I've turned on my notification for her. The day she posts something recently, I would like it, I will comment. And then immediately I will DM her and I will tell her, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. I followed you, I saw this video from here and all. And then we can start talking. And maybe it now leads her to want to see my profile. Obviously, when she sees my profile, she would want to continue the conversation because my profile is kind of clean, right? And then she wants to talk to me. But at the end of the day, networking also surpasses that. There's some things I want to learn from people. And I know that I can't learn it all. Even if I go online to go and research everything, go and watch all the videos on YouTube, I wouldn't learn it as much as someone that is already in it. So I try to be friends with those kind of people and become very intentional. So if I go to Adebayo's page and I see that Adebayo trains people on how to, etiquette or how to speak, right? Or Adebayo trains people on how to be great leaders. And then I go to maybe Lawal's page, and Lawal is teaching people how to edit videos. Lawal, I'm not saying I wouldn't follow Lawal because there are a lot of little things I learn. I might even refer him to a couple of my friends, but I'll follow Adebayo David because he is someone that has directly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that can teach me how to build my leadership skills, and he's speaking about it. Why wouldn't I want to follow this guy and find a way to network and learn a lot from him? He helps me with guidance. He can help you with a whole lot of things, right? So that is just how it is for that is how it is for the power of networking. Right now, when you want to make informed decisions, this is so we're done with education, platforms for education. Now we're focused on more on opportunities. I'm an opportunity person because in as much as we want to go to school, want to learn everything, opportunities is very important. Now, when you're evaluating opportunities you want to go for, you need to consider some factors. So I'm going to give an example. Let me use my platform for an example. I train people in various vocational skills. And then let's say maybe Femi comes and say, I want to learn a vocational skill. But then you need to understand what is the relevance of that particular skill you want to learn to your career. Now, let's say you want to learn mechanical engineering. And at the end of the day, you want to own a powerhouse mechanic shop, right? And then you now come to my platform and say, I want to learn a vocational skill. Really, because of you see that mechanic is 6 months, right? You say, no, let me go for barbing that is 6 weeks or barbing that is 8 weeks because it's fast. How will I be doing 24 months, 24 weeks to go and learn mechanic? No. You're not even learning anything. 6 months is very small. Or you say you see carpentry is saying 8 months or 9 months. Like, no, I don't want to learn carpentry, it's too much. No. You need to evaluate what is the relevance of this opportunity I'm going for my career. Let's say, for example, you run a business, you're in school, you're done with school, you have a business right now. And then you say you want to quickly go for there's an application you applied for, and then miraculously you get into the stage of going to the classes. Before you apply for those, you need to check, is it relevant to the career or the course I'm doing at the moment? Or is it even relevant to the business I'm currently running on the side, waiting for the day I get admission or waiting for when I graduate from school? You need to check it out. And then you need to evaluate the eligibility requirements and the deadlines. Now, when I come to deadline, try to talk about eligibility requirements. Some applications will tell you that they are closing on the 31st of May. And then let's say on the 25th of May, they say, okay, they've extended it to the 10th of June. Let me give you a trick. If they posted on the 25th of May and the original application deadline was 31st, please try as much as possible to make sure that you apply before that 31st or on that 31st. Because most times, people see that they've extended. So that means they've not even seen what they are looking for, right? So let me quickly apply. And then you now keep saying, don't worry, there's still time, 5th, I will apply. And then by the time you apply on the 5th, they've already seen a very mastermind or a very beautiful application or applicant that has applied before the time of the deadline. And that's what they will consider. Because even if they want to start considering the 10th, they would always want to consider from their first deadline before they go to the second deadline. So if they don't see what they're looking for in the first deadline, they move to the second deadline. But most of the times, whenever they extend, they've not seen what they're looking for yet. So it's always a good opportunity to utilize it. Now, when it comes to eligibility requirements, making informed decisions, you see eligibility requirements. They start asking you, do you have a CAC? Do you have a bank account? Where do you currently work? Who are the people you work with? They start asking you those things. Start asking you some questions, your age, your location. Now, it helps you make a decision. They've asked me these things. I have 5 out of 10. And they're saying that some of these things are optional. But I know that somebody might come and have 10 over 10, and the person will enter this application. It starts helping, okay, you know what? I wouldn't apply this year. Now I've seen the things they're looking for. Let me now go and now find a way to get the next things. So let's say, for example, they ask people that have, are you seeing? So let's say they're looking for, so someone gets into university, or maybe you didn't pass your core subjects in your WAEC before you get into university. And there's a scholarship that says that you must have passed English. It helps you make an informed decision. I know that I'm going to rewrite this, either GCE or through NECO. But my decision is that I must pass English. I must pass basic science. I must pass this, that, because I know. Or I must pass physics because I know that it's a core. So it's helping me make my decisions. And at the end of the day, you know, okay, you know what? All these requirements, they didn't even train us in school. All these things. And I know that if I write the exam, because these are the things you must have a basic knowledge in, maybe let's say physics, and then maybe they will not mention some courses in physics that you know that your school didn't cover. But then there are platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy, right, that trains in those, especially Khan Academy or Schoolinka. They are training in these things, or exam scholars. Why would I now want to now stress myself? Now wanting to now go and apply for something I know I don't have a chance, when I can easily learn from this. So when the interviews come, I'm already prepared because I've learned from those other platforms. Right. Now you need to read the fine print carefully and understand the terms and conditions before applying. You need terms and conditions when you are going to go and make your informed decision. They might tell you, you wouldn't travel to your home country until you are done. Maybe you're a family-oriented person, and then you are not those kind of people that, I cannot do without my mom, I cannot do without my brothers and sisters, I cannot do without my dad. And then you now go on because of so much excitement, you don't read it. I see a lot of Africans that do that. They go for terms and conditions, they read it, they just scroll up, and just do read carefully, and then they say they have read terms and conditions. And when they now start asking them things that are now, they'll not be like, are you serious? They'll be like, we wrote it in our terms and conditions. Didn't you read? Always read it. There are fine lines. Sometimes they might tell you, you will not, they don't put it in the eligibility requirements, but they put it in their terms and conditions. And because of you didn't read it, it's terms and conditions. It's not supposed to be an eligibility that you are not, that you want to be a family-oriented person. It's not an eligibility criteria, but it's a terms and conditions. You can't travel out of that country till you're done with your course in 4 years. Some organizations will tell you that, okay, you would start paying immediately you get a job. So you must get a job within 6 months. If not, they will start looking for things that you have to give. Because you didn't read it, you will quickly go and sign because you felt like the opportunity is easy, you can get it. Always read the fine print. The fine print are those invisible lines that you can't see. You think you're seeing them, but you can't see them. Then seek advice from mentors, teachers, coaches, family members, right? When you want to make decisions. Let's say, for example, if I want to do anything, I always talk to my husband. I'm like, happy, I want to do this particular thing. Does it make sense? That's the same way it is for you. When you want to make decisions, you need to ask, who are your coaches? Who are your mentors? Who are people I can reach out to ask questions that can help me in my career, in my education, and a whole lot of things, right? So these crafting winning applications, I'll just run through this very fast because I think I've mentioned a few of it while I was speaking. So you tailor your application materials, such as your resume, cover letters, or to a specific opportunity. Now, when, let's say, for example, you're applying for something that requires, maybe let's say you want to go to an African leadership school, but the African leadership school is also going to teach you, let's say, tech, something in tech. But when you're doing your cover letter, you cannot drop your cover letter because you're going for tech. You drop your cover letter specific to the opportunity. African Leadership School is teaching me tech, but how do I now show my leadership acumen or my leadership, the little acumen I have that can really match the opportunity? Your cover letter needs to match whatever opportunity you're going for. Be it a job, be it a scholarship, it should really cover either the course you're going for. So maybe let's say it's on an undergraduate course, you studied, let's say you did your science part, or let me use arts, and you want to go for a law scholarship, right? And then normally law didn't come out. Then maybe let's say sociology, for example, or business administration comes out for a MasterCard Foundation application. When you are doing your cover letter, you wouldn't be writing your cover letter as far just I'm an art student. No, you would tailor it down. Why do I want to study business administration? Why is business administration the right thing for me? You can now chip in that, okay, maybe you want to study sociology, but then this is the connection of sociology and business administration. This is just me giving an example. So if I study business administration, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't have a little bit of sociology idea, but then because this is the one available and I know I have an idea of, that's what your cover letter now blends in. Same thing with your resume. When you're going for an application and they say they're looking for let's say a writer, an article writer, please, even if it is not in your experience and you put it in your maybe career highlights, please put it there because they want to see that you've had an experience of what they're looking for before they can give you that job, right? Then you need to proofread, you need to highlight your relevant skills, your experience, your achievements as tiny as leading your department or leading your classes or leading in something. Those things are achievements. Put it there so they know that this is someone that has built skills that they want in this organization. You need to proofread, seek feedback from others. So if you're looking for, so you reach out to someone like, oh, please, Ms. Choma, I have this application I've gone for. I've read it over and over again. Please, can you just breeze through it? 10 minutes of your time. Now, that's why I told you need to learn how to build networks. So you go online, you try to speak. Most times, they might not be immediately. So that's why you always need to apply for these things on time. So you might reach out to me on LinkedIn and I wouldn't reply till after 2 days. And maybe your deadline is in that 2 days. But then when you've seen the application, immediately you say, apply. Write what you can write, and then you now send it. So even if it takes 2 days, even if it takes 3 days for me to get back to you, you know that you're still 10 or 15 days away from the application time. So by the time I review, you can easily adjust and still submit on time, right? Then you submit your applications well before the deadlines. You see, I already said it, to avoid last minute stress. I have come to an end of this session, and it just comes to one thing where I say your education and your career paths are unique to you. So don't let anybody's career path. If someone has finished school, the person finished secondary school, the person goes into the university, maybe the person is done, the person is getting a job. It might not be your type. Maybe you're the kind of person that finish secondary school, stay at home for a year, build a skill, see if it's what I'm looking for. Or maybe your career path is not even to go to university. Your career path is to go to like a vocational school, or your career path is to just school online because you have other things you're doing. Maybe you're the kind of people that are breadwinners of your home. So everybody's career path and education is unique to the person. Your friend is studying engineering and you're not good in mathematics and you're forcing yourself, oh, don't worry, I want to be the fantastic five. They will soon leave you, or famous five, they will leave you and become fantastic four, or they will become three musketeers if two of you are not doing well, right? So you now do, and then online platforms offer wealth of opportunities, but it's up to you to seize them. You can see it and be like, don't worry, I'll apply. So I saw an application and I wanted to apply for it, and I figured out the application is closing in 2 days' time. And I was like, 2 days' time? I thought I saw you. And I became panicked. And I'm like, oh my God. And I wanted to, but at the end of the day, these things were there. I saw this opportunity. I was screenshotting it. I later deleted the screenshots. I need to seize. When I see it, I apply immediately. Immediately, set out time. Say, okay, I'm going to do what I'm doing very fast in 1 hour so that I can quickly apply for this thing within the time frame of this application. Same thing with the next thing I want to say. Stay curious. You need to be very proactive, persistent to pursue your goals. Don't let anybody tell you you're doing too much, because it's from that too much that you can get what you're looking for. When you go for seminars or when you go for webinars, you ask questions and people are saying, please ask it. Don't mind them. I don't ask questions a lot. I get angry when people ask so much, especially when I want to leave somewhere. But I always try as much as possible to understand that everyone is not at the same place. So the person asking question is just asking because he wants to know. And there's no question that is stupid. So always ask your question. Don't let anybody put you in a shell because they want they want the class to finish on time, or they want the event to finish on time, so they go home. And then you can get noticed. You might ask a particular question. It might not be the panelist you're asking. It might be another panelist. Gets attracted. Oh, this guy has asked several intelligent questions. Has even opened our eyes to things we don't know. I want to work with this guy. I want to work with this girl. That is it. And then finally, you need to believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. You can do anything as long as you put your mind to it. Anything good, not anything. Let me make it. You can do anything good as long as you put your mind to it. You are a unique being, right? You are a unique being, and you are created for a reason. So don't let anyone make you feel like, oh, okay, this is it. Always know that you work and you can make things happen. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm open to questions. If you have any, please ask questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Choma. Chris, you can go with your question first. Chris, go ahead with your question.
I didn't raise up my hand.
Hi, Praise.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, Praise. I can hear you.
Yeah, I didn't raise up my hand actually.
Oh, okay. Okay, Justice Favor.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I joined in quite late. You were talking about some platforms whereby students can be able to get, like to be able to get some, what you were talking about for MasterCard to opportunities for Africa. I don't know. I was like, I dropped a question in chat if, like, if yeah, you have some kind of document that we can check out after to be able to research, because sometimes I feel like I usually used to use Google Alerts to be able to get to see some of those things, but I feel like I'm not still getting the ones I'm looking for on those things. I
Okay.
don't know if there's another way you go about it.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to add a so to this slide. I don't know how you all will get it. So before I send this slide to Lucy, I'm going to add like a link that has all these platforms, and then maybe and I'll also try to add so maybe one more slide to this particular one I've done. I'll add more like the kind of specific things they're looking for that can really stand you out, or things you can do to even get into the stage of interview. Because I tell people I notice most times that it's not on the time of your application that they begin to know who they want to work with. They start knowing from the interview, countenance, how ready you are, how excited, things you even do after those applications. So, for example, you apply for something and you get into the interview stage, and then they ask you several questions. You've explained, you've talked, they're excited, they want to speak with you. But after the meeting, what's the next thing you're doing? Are you sending a message to say thank you? Are you sending a message to say what you've even learned about your business that you've not learned? Most times they remember you're like, okay, this person is a diligent person. They want to work with you. So I'm going to try to add that to the slide before I send it to Lucy before she shares with you guys.
Oh, okay. Thank you, man. I'll expect.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Justice, your question.
Yes. Ask.
Justice, your question. Justice Favor.
I just asked. I was on the ask just now. Um,
Okay.
sorry, ma. Sorry, ma.
Yeah.
I just noted this down. You were talking about how to be able to like network with people, especially
Yeah.
on LinkedIn. Yeah, I've also been trying to do that, especially in my, because I'm in the tech field. I
Okay.
don't know how, like, how do you, like, someone that is just starting out, you explaining about how you were able to do it in your NYC kind of
Yeah.
phase. How can somebody carry out those like kind of traits, like trying to network with people online? Won't it sound intrusive? Maybe like you're going to their DM, or you're like messaging them,
Yeah.
or like dropping chats. How can someone be able to
Okay.
do it, go about it professionally?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a trick that I know that people have used on me a lot, and it works. So on my LinkedIn, if for example you've identified, so most times the big boys always see it as intrusive. But we that have dedicated our time to say we're going to coach, we're going to mentor, because we are speaking, you need to understand that we've already dedicated our time to coaching and mentoring. And we're not speaking from a place of we want to speak on big platforms. So are you seeing when you're picking the people you want to speak to? Some people come and say, I've dedicated my time. I want to help young people. I want to help people that are just starting out. And they are not, you don't see them on, not like they're not on big platforms, but you hardly see them. They always see them in close knit conversations where the maximum number of people that can be in that meeting can be 50. Do you understand? And you would know, even from the way they even write it on LinkedIn, you would always know. Now, those are the people you need to now monitor. So, for example, if they're having events, they always post their flyers. Okay, I'll be speaking of so and so, please. One, you already know that the person is going to be there. Maybe you know that already because it's an online class. A lot of people wouldn't be in that class. But the person would really love it when questions are being asked. Like, for example, now you say your name is Justice Favor. I will go on LinkedIn to look for you. You've asked me 2 questions. I'll go on LinkedIn to look for you, to see what you're doing, to know whether what you're doing makes a whole lot of sense, where you need help at the moment. Sometimes I even reach out. Let me give you an example. I have a community where I post grant opportunities for entrepreneurs. And then I saw an opportunity and I wanted to post it in the group. But then I said, no, let me open this link and see what is there. I figured out on the link, it was like they rushed it. The spellings were incorrect. The way they numbered it was wrong. I said, what kind of thing is, I went to check out their page and I found out that this is a big organization, but the person that did the link, maybe the person that did that form, was in a hurry because she needed to meet up with maybe her boss deadline, and maybe the boss will not see, but the boss just knows that, okay, I can see click here to apply, and the boss will never open it because she's busy. Immediately, I sent a message to the person. I was like, "Oh, hi, blah, blah, blah." The person asked, "Are you applying?" I said, "No, I'm not applying, but I know a couple of people that would apply." The person was like, "Okay, can you send me that?" I said, "Don't worry. If they really meet the criteria, do you understand? I would want it that way." Sometimes I reach out. I might see that, okay, there's something someone is doing here, and the person, you know that the person did it wrongly. I would reach out to you to like let you know that, okay, this thing was not done right. If you do it this way, it makes sense. If you do it that way, it makes sense. People would want to like you. It could come from your comments. So you may not necessarily really bombard them with DMs, but it comes from your comments. When they post, how intentional are you replying? Trust me, they would even be the ones to even want to DM you. If you keep on replying things that make sense on my comment section, one day I might DM you, "Hi, this is what I do. Is there any help you need with this area? I'm willing to give you 30 minutes of my time." I do that a lot. Everyone is not like me though, but a lot of people like me because I met them while I was actually getting to the level I am today. So trust me, there are a lot of them out there. So it depends. And then you go for physical ones as well. If you go there, try to speak to them, ask them questions connected to what they've thought about. When you want to meet someone, don't ask them, "Oh, hi, I saw you." No, 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 no. Listen to what that person says. Write down one question. Don't ask it in the crowd. It could be when people are going to network with the person. You can just easily say, "Sir, I figured out that you talked about solar. I noticed that 2.5 is there. Are you sure that it's not this way? Because I thought someone told me that it could do this." This is so really a conversation has started. You either collect his card, connect on LinkedIn, and then you guys have started. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
You're, you're welcome. Okay, Lucy, my battery has said is low. I don't know why I haven't been charging it. Anyways, I am excited. I will send the slides to you. And if anyone has questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I might not apply, I might not respond immediately, but trust me, I always respond. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure you all will agree with me that this was a good use of our time. The recording will be shared to everyone, like as we usually do. We share the link to the recording via YouTube with everyone. Once again, thank you, Machioma. I will share the link to her LinkedIn account so you all follow her on LinkedIn.
Thank
And yes,
you.
you can ask her questions as much as you can. Once again, thank you all for being with us on this session, and thank you, Mrs. Choma, for being with us.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. See you all in our next webinar.
All right, bye.